Hey everybody, it's MotherGoose27 and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the Total War Warhammer 3 dev Q&A that they did on their Discord channel. Now, I'm not a part of their Discord channel, but I want to give a huge shout out to Hollow Nerux on Reddit. I probably butchered their name, but I've got it here written out, and I'll leave a link to what I'm reading in the description below if you guys want to check it out. But this user went and they took everything from the Q&A and they put it on one Reddit post. So I'm going to read through as much of this as we can. I've already read through it all. There's a lot of really interesting stuff. I am going to skip some things because some of the questions asked were things we already knew. So I'm going to be avoiding those. But besides that, I'm just going to read out the questions, read out the answers, and just talk about what we know. Okay, first question. Was the hero unit in the Skulls screenshot a Slaughter Priest? No, he's something else that will be revealed in the roster reveal. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't exactly know which unit they're talking about. I've seen the screenshots, but I don't know exactly which unit it is. So we'll just have to go back and see. In terms of the Collector's Edition, there is no news currently, but when there is, they'll release it on their social media page. Are the new Chaos factions able to recruit legendary lords from the Warriors of Chaos DLC? And this answer was really, really interesting because it was no, but then CA Duck said, at least not at Warhammer 3's release. So there's potential that these legendary lords will be added to the Mono God factions at some point. In terms of a roster reveal for Kislev and Khorne, Grace said soon, but there's not going to be anything for E3. Okay, in terms of a graphical upgrade, Sebaj, I probably pronounced that incorrectly, I apologize, said, updated the engine to inherit some of the graphical features in Three Kingdoms. We'll be looking into how much work can be done with the Warhammer 1 and 2 textures, but some of the engine and shader work should help bring them to Warhammer 3 quality, which I'm really excited about. I mean, we already know Total War Warhammer 2 looks absolutely beautiful, so I'm really excited to see how Total War Warhammer 3 ends up looking. In terms of a rework for the current monsters for the Warriors of Chaos roster, again, they said no, at least not at Warhammer 3's release. So I'm guessing we're going to get a Warriors of Chaos rework sometime following the release of Total War Warhammer 3. I know a lot of people have been saying we're getting it at launch, but everything they're saying here makes me think it's going to be later that we actually get it. Somebody asked, in the trailers, they're brown bears and polar bears. What's the difference? Are they separate units? And CA Duck replied saying, early in development, they were brown bears, but currently they are changed to be riding white bears instead. Cinematics were made prior to the change occurring. So no brown bears, but I'm sure we'll get mods. If you like the brown bears, I'm sure there'll be a mod for it. Okay, here's a really interesting one I wanted to point out. What battle mechanics does Khorne's army have? And then CA Duck replied saying, Khorne's battle mechanics revolves around killing the enemy. Each kill made by the Khorne army adds to his battle resource, which can be spent to fire off one of 3 army abilities. Additionally, several Khorne units come with passive abilities that scale in intensity based on the number of kills made by that unit. So most of it revolves around killing, which I think is not a surprise to any of us, but it's really interesting to know what Khorne's roster is going to look like and the abilities they have. Grace confirmed that the Snow Leopard is a single entity, and also something we learned, I brought this up in one of my last videos, we see the Elemental Ice Bear coming in just as a part of the roster. In the trailers and the gameplay reveals that we've had, we've also seen them summon in the Ice Bear. And they confirmed in this that both the Elemental Ice Bear and the Snow Leopard are going to be a unit and a summon. Somebody asked, is every unit for Khorne and Kislev rosters revealed? And Baj just said wink emoji. I'm pretty sure we have not had the full reveal for either roster. I definitely think that Kislev is probably the closest in terms of having a full roster that we've seen so far, but I feel like Khorne's catching up pretty quickly. So hopefully we'll be getting those full rosters soon. Katerin will have mount options. I'm begging CA, please, please, please let it be the Polar Bear Ice Sled Chariot. It's my Chronicle of Narnia Little Heart's dream. Okay, here's another really important question. Somebody asked, will the Horde rework apply to all Horde factions? And CA Sean replied, the Beastman rework has been created to capture the Beastman fantasy, so not a general Horde rework. And I know that's something we were all really hoping for, but at least we're still getting a Beastman rework, and the Horde rework is still to come. Maybe with the Warriors of Chaos, maybe with Norska, we'll just see. Maybe we won't even get one set Horde rework. They'll just slowly rework all of the Horde factions separately. We'll just have to see what happens. Will Khorne be a Horde faction? No, they will not. In regards to Castellan and his abilities, he comes with 4 Patriarch hymns, one for Urson, Salak, Daz, and Tor. Area effect support abilities that heal, restore vigor, buff leadership, and buff melee attack. Additionally, he has a host of passives that buff units around him when he is wounded, and other passives that make him exceedingly hard to kill. As far as I know, this is a new character they've created, so it's really interesting to see what his abilities are. He's not a character I'm too interested in playing as, to be honest, but I know I've seen a lot of people be really excited for him. In terms of the toggle flying ability for Bloodthirster and other flying units, CA Duck replied, "We are looking into it, and there are a fair share of problems to solve with it, so no definite yes or no answer yet." So I know that's something the community has said was like a confirmed thing, or basically confirmed. It is not, but I hope they do. That is something I really would like to see in game. There will be no extreme unit sizes, but they've done a fair share of work to improve damage scaling based on unit sizes, though, to make it more consistent across scales. So I'm really, really happy with that. I was hoping to see some extreme unit scaling. I'd love to see Kolek in his full glory. Bloodthirsters, I'm pretty sure we all know this, but they've been confirmed to be heroes and recruitable units. I'm sorry, lords and recruitable unit. Obviously, we have Skarbrand, we'll have a generic lord, and then I'm guessing they'll be heroes. I don't think they'd be monster units, but maybe. Here's a question I know a few people in the community have had. If you decided on Axolotl because of his lore against Chaos, then why not save him for Game 3? And CA Sean replied and said, there are a few key Lizardman units still to come, so we wanted to get them in Warhammer 2. And Axolotl made the most sense to go up against Beastman for the final pack, which I completely agree. Axolotl's actually the Lizardman Lord I wanted to see the most. Here's a really, really big question. What Warhammer 1 and 2 races do you think could still use an adjustment brought up to Warhammer 2/3's level? And Sean said, most obviously is Norska. So I'm hoping that means Norska's next. I don't know. I really want to see a Norska update, but I also really want to see a Warriors of Chaos update as well. But I'm thinking, because of this phrasing, that Norska's coming next. What do you guys think? Which would you rather see? Let me know in the comments below. In terms of the difficulty system, battle-wise, they've reduced the melee bonuses the AI get on hard and very hard. I love this game, but I suck. I've never played a hard or very hard campaign, so... For those of you who have, what do you actually think of this change? Good change, or did you like it how it was? Here is another really big change. Is there going to be a difference between spell resistance and magic resistance in Warhammer 3? And they responded saying, magic resistance has been changed into spell resistance in Warhammer 3. We needed to change the way magic resist interacted with magical attacks to make demons play well. So magic attacks now bypass physical resistance and are no longer resisted by magic resistance. Spell resistance now only affects spell damage. We've changed the term to signal that something has changed there. I'm really interested to see how that changes things in the actual game, but I think we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Will Khorne have an additional generic lord at launch aside from the Exalted Bloodthirster? And Grace replied, yes, but we can't go into detail about it yet. So I'm really excited about that, just to have a little more variety. I know it's just a generic lord, but it still helps. Will we see any new Khorne demons not currently in the game's workshop's model range? And Grace replied and said nope, which I'm happy with. The Khorne range is actually really large, and it's a lot larger than I thought. Like, the more research I do on it, the more I'm like, wow, okay, I see it. So originally, I was one of those people that didn't want mono gods. I just wanted Chaos Undivided or an update to make Warriors of Chaos Undivided, because I didn't realize how large the Demons of Chaos rosters really were. So I think it would be interesting to see some unique units, but I'm glad they're sticking with just the Games Workshop model range. Is Skarbrand's kill and get stronger ability like the Bloodletters, where they get 80 kills and a small buff? And Duck replied saying Skarbrand uses a scaling ability intensity, so his Slaughter and Carnage ability becomes progressively stronger and in a linear manner. So here's what I actually want to discuss about this one. He's getting progressively stronger as he kills, but how will wounds affect him? Because he's getting stronger as he kills, but once he hits that 50% health threshold, he's going to get weaker, but he's also getting stronger as he's killing more. How exactly is that going to work? And I'm really interested to hear back from them. What do you guys think? Because I really don't know. It feels really counterproductive in terms of Skarbrand specifically. And then for specifics in terms of physical and magical resist, the Blood Crushers and Bloodletters will have, it is 20 to 25%, but it's subject to change. I feel like that's pretty good, but definitely could be better, saying they don't have any magic units. And then the last question, will Fleshhounds of Khorne have an anti-magic aura? And Grace replied saying no, but they have significant spell resistance, higher than you'd see on a Bloodletter.
Please stop. Stop asking them questions. I keep stopping the recording because I think I've addressed everything, and then I update the Reddit post, and there's more questions. Let's go.
Let's talk about the Blood Throne. Can you explain more about the Blood Throne? What is its ability? Is it a normal unit? The Blood Throne comes with a totem of endless bloodletting aura, increasing the melee attack of units around the Blood Throne. Plus, its Gore Feast ability allows it to heal while in melee. This sounds amazing, and I'm so excited to use it. I don't know. We'll have to see the rest of the roster reveals, but so far, Khorne do be the faction I want to play the most. Will you be changing the unit size and stats for the Blood Crushers and Skull Crushers to fit in their Monsters Cavalry role? Blood Crushers and Skull Crushers have an entity count that works with their Monsters Cavalry role, matching units like Demogryph Knights. Okay, Skarbrand's weapon strength. Over 600, subject to change, and can go far higher thanks to the abilities like Frenzy and Slaughter and Carnage. Great. Super excited for that. Okay, Castellan. The question just revolves around him being in melee and the buffs he provides. So, optimal Castellan play will revolve around getting him into the thick of melee with Zargard and Warbear Riders on his side, buffing them with his abilities. If the enemy tries to take Castellan out, it fuels his passives further, and Castellan is also excellent at cheating death. He has a passive health regen that kicks in when he's close to death. Interesting! They might have revealed that before, but I hadn't seen it. Kislevite Cavalry, how strong are they? Wing Lancers on pair with Emperor Knights. I literally have 59 seconds. Let's see. A recording left. Let's see if we can get this all in. How do the Streltsy compare range-wise to Thunderers and Handgunners? On par, roughly. And then, in terms of playstyle, Kislev is mostly defensive. That's everything I wanted to talk about. I have 30 seconds left. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know this video was kind of a mess, but we've been getting updates all day. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to join the flock, and I will see you in the next one. Mother Goose out.